Okay, I thought I would do a little demonstration on a portrait I'm working on, a pet portrait, of how I'm going about some of the fur. So this is not going to be a part one, part two. This is a commission job, and I thought I would just give you guys a little peek at how I handle the fur down in here. So still got a lot to do on this. Let me zoom in. Okay, so you can see I started to, I know I got quite a bit done here, but let me move the camera, get it in position. There we go. I think that's pretty good. There we go. Okay, so I'm working on the fur, and there's texture, there's stuff going on, you know, back and forth, the white going into the brownish area, and vice versa. They go back and forth into each other. So right now, all I'm trying to do is establish my color in the gun so I can come back in and I can enhance an area, like where I start to erase out. I can retint over it. That's what I call it. It's like you're tinting it or something. You're really just second coating it, you know, trying to find a stronger area. So let me work with the eraser. Okay, trusty old aggressive eraser. So that's what I'm using right now. I did sharpen the point. Sometimes I chisel it, sometimes I will make it more pointy, waste the pencil quicker, but you got to do what works for you. This is how I'm doing it. So I have out of focus fur, so I'm kind of pulling dagger strokes. In other words, if I scratch it with the X-Acto, it'll be too sharp. There's not, you know, the whiskers and the things like that might be more something very hard-edged, but this in turn is not that way. So let's see, I've got a shadow here. I've got to take out, the nice thing about the, got to clean the eraser. The nice thing about the actual transparent mixture I made is I can erase. I can take out, as opposed to the opaques. They're harder to do. But in this case, I made this color as if I was trying to make it, testing it with white. I even tested it with white, but then I went and left the white out to create, oh yeah, I want to go into the aggressive eraser. All right, so let me zoom in a little more, and hopefully I keep the focus here. There we go. So all I'm trying to do is take the eraser, and I'm trying to find, you know, different areas of the direction that the fur goes. It's not really a lot of detail, actually. There's short hairs in some of this. I hope we're not shaking the camera too much. I always say that in my videos, but I see it moving around a bit. All right, so yeah, so you're coming off the white. You got to clean the tip from the paint. So I'm going to, I have the drawer open on my desk here, and I basically hit it on a piece of copy paper. So you can see the direction. Now that's opaque, and I am able to cut through it because I sprayed it lightly. I didn't spray the opaque, the tan color 100%. I sprayed it much later. So we just want to get some, you know, visual, not just a flat tone here. All right, so as we go into this area is lighter, I sprayed the same color lighter. Okay, this area is darker, and there's a little bit of a difference, like a ridge here of sorts. Now, like I have said in other videos, the clay board has a different feel to it when you're erasing it the next day or hours later. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's when it's drier and hardened, it behaves differently. But I'm trying to move this along, and you can do it. Obviously you can do this. I know the synthetic paper, from all the things I see and read and see on Facebook, you can do all kinds of stuff with that. I'll be trying. I have a couple of pieces left over from a large piece I bought from Drew Blair, and I want to experiment on it, because I can't use a tool like a dowel or something like they use. As you watch their different short videos, as Drew used to travel around, they would show little videos, and over at Airbrush Asylum, I think that's what it's called over in Australia, Carlston, great channel, great. The Facebook allows us to, Facebook internet alone allows us to really learn. I mean, this obviously is a free video right now. I am trying to build my channel so that maybe I can make some income from however they monetize it, but in the meantime, I don't have a Patreon page or anything like that. I'm just trying to build the channel. So if you want, share it. Don't forget to like it if you do like the video. I hear that the likes actually help the video and the channel get more exposure. That's what other people say on their channels. So I don't want to overkill it. I want to just kind of find my way. You can overdo it. I'm coming in here, and I'm going to go in between some of the shapes to fill in areas and make my own freehand fur, as you can kind of see it happening. All right, so let's see. There's a little line here, darkness right here. I'm going to kind of just, and I got to keep looking at your work now. I have to second coat this very lightly from far away. Knock those eraser marks back into the picture. And then you have your two-tone back and forth. To get this to where I want it, it's going to take a lot more than just trying to show you a little bit of this on this video. So I'll just try to do a little bit and go from there. So some of the other things I do is I'll take a shield, okay, and I will come in here and spray off the shield, creating a little bit of a shape there that I need. All right, and then so you got to just watch out for patterns. You don't want to create everything looking like it's in a row. Like 1, 2, 3, 20 of them in a row. Everything is in front of you. All your answers are right in your reference picture if you're working from a photo. Now, if you're not, if you're working from looking at something, then I want to watch your channel, because if you're working right from out of your head, I have a reference photo to help me. Okay, so tint over that, softly spray it in, and this wraps around here, this darkness. So I'm just going to come around, and let's see, we got this little piece here going this way out here. So I'm creating shapes, but I'm doing it very lightly until I find what I want, and then I can go in and start creating more and more detail. See how that worked out there. Here, I'm not trying to copy it, every little piece of fur. I'm using it as a guide. So that's what I'm trying to show you. Bring this down and around like that. And then when my other color comes back up, which is something I don't have mixed right now, I might have a little bit from yesterday, then I will come in there and do the back and forth with the white. Well, you can make dagger strokes, just back and forth, kind of double daggers by just going back and forth. Practice that on like a t-shirt or a paper towel. You can get really proficient at it. And I'm going to tint over that again, making this look more as one, you know. So again, it's back and forth. Let's just do a little bit more here. I'm going to go back to the eraser, and I see right over here, I'm going to work cutting in to the actual area that's got the color on it, as if I'm pulling white fur over. Okay, so clean up that area because that is where the fur changes direction. Let's go down over here. This is more, this shape isn't right here, so I have to bring this, so I'll have to bring my white up. I went a little far there, so I have to go this way and bring this that way more. That'll work. And I'll tweak that off camera. So I've got a little bit of okay, so that's kind of how I go about it. I'm going to do a tiny bit more just to up along here just to show you. Okay, so what direction? Does any of the, here's a long hair. Let me clean the eraser. I have a piece of copy paper waiting. You can clean it on your jeans or whatever. You want to get that paint off the tip or it becomes nothing. It won't work. Unless I've seen people take paper towels and do, you know, things like that to make the aggressive eraser less aggressive, and that's a nice thing too. It's so many tips you can get on YouTube, and I'm like mostly on Facebook and these things because of art. I love the art, and I want to stay connected to the artists that I have gotten taught by over the years, and watching Drew Blair and his fantastic stuff. I've been to his school a number of times, and I just got involved with the color in a box, classroom in a box, to help me kind of review and learn what I didn't understand from some of his, you know, for me, it takes a lot for me to grasp something. And so I'm studying that right now to help me actually on this painting and mixing my colors, my weak area, even after all these years. But this is a different style, you know, this mixing target colors and things are a whole nother animal. So that's what I'm doing. Sorry, I have you out of range there. All right, so it's kind of a back and forth thing, and you want to polish it in the end. You want it to look like, you know, it's realistic. It's not just leave it like this. I've got to go in and make sure it's tight. So I hope you got something out of this. The getting tight part, again, is going back in and finding some of those erased shapes and going in and enhancing them by spraying around them like that. Okay, and this is a little darker here, so I'll just go all along there. It's a transparent color, you know, and over where I erased before, I have darks, lights, but they're all close in value, so I don't want to lose that. This is taped off to protect the sky. I used fine line tape. It'd help if I put a little paint in, wouldn't it? Fine line tape is great. I just kind of came in with, I think it's the 1/8, I guess. Yeah, and then you can just kind of walk this any way you want. So let's say I was going to go, let's go over to the other side of the body. So this, and I'm already into the stencil is off of it and I need to do a quick thing. So I can just walk that, just like you would make flames. Now that's the shape. I'll zoom out. That's the shape of the body, see? Then you can tape off like I did over here so that you can have a quick, you know. You can also cut on the tape line. So if you're putting a big piece of transfer tape or a piece of paper, transfer tape, something sticky, and you want it to just, you know, you can cut on the tape. So if you're doing flames or whatever, I'd have to demonstrate that, but yeah, this is a great tape. This is a little extra thing here we can do with it, you know. When they make the flames, they go all different shapes. You can bend it. You can go completely in the other direction by stretching it and turning it. So, gotta have that in your kit. All right, I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I was doing with the pet portrait. There it is there. I've got my work cut out for me, but slowly but surely I'll get this done. I'll zoom in on his eye so you can kind of see the eye here. Blood. All right, guys. Thanks for looking, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, be safe, and God bless everyone.